We are back, and I would be remiss at this stage if I didn't mention where we are today, and we're filming in Biblios in Tribeca on Church Street, and thanks to Alfred Faulkner and Taggart and the gang here. It's a combination coffee and juice bar and bookshop, and they have the most peculiar collection of books that I've ever seen, and it's certainly worth a detour to come down here and browse. Speaking of browsing, we're now going to browse through the works of Simon Gribben and rummage through his mind a little, which ought to be fun. He was born and raised in Allentown, Pennsylvania, across the Jordan River from Bethlehem. Why do I get the feeling that that's not original? He loves his hometown, but like himself, it's being changed by time. Simon boasts 2 kids, at least that he knows about, and is most proud of having something to do with their incarceration. Did you write here?
Incarnation.
I'm so sorry. It's that handwriting again. His hobbies are working in TV, acting, and writing poetry, and he loves movies, and being here 3 out of 4 isn't bad. So, welcome, Simon, to Poet the Poet, and I might add he's also one of the snappiest dressers that we've ever had on the show. Why don't we get right into a poem?
All right. I guess this is a poem that I call sort of a positional poem, and in terms of where my position is.
You're in the middle. That's it.
Yeah, well, that too.
Oh, okay.
And it's called Tears. Tears are cheers to God, praise for a perfect creation. Tears of gladness celebrate gain. Tears of sadness appreciate loss. Every teardrop validates creation's worth. Yesterday simmers with beloved ghosts. Tomorrow simmers with dreams of hope. Today is just another perfect day to pray or play for tears. Welcome to the bittersweet paradise, the launch pad to eternity.
Profound. When you let your tears simmer
Yes.
on the stove too long, now we're switching into a cooking show. Does it just boil off and you're left with the salt, or what happens?
Yes, it does. That's why you don't turn back.
Oh, I see.
That's what that all means in the Bible, about turning back is tears turn to salt and all that
Right.
Just like Lot's wife. You mean every time I cry, I'm crying Lot's wife. I'm going to go home later on and boil all my hankies to get the extra.
Well, gone doing the salt.
Okay.
That's very good.
All right, how about another poem? You have a salt poem in there?
A salt poem? Yes, this is called The Heart.
Ah.
All right, the heart has no bottom, but 3 words. Empty it. I love you. The heart has no top, but 3 words. Empty it. I said that. But 3 words. Fill it. I love you. The heart is a model for living, giving while receiving. Filled by the reception of love, emptied by the expression of love, always giving, always having. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Eyes were made for seeing shadows. The heart was made for seeing light. Trust only in the eyes of the heart. I love you, 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 I love you.
It sounds like that heart has a couple of pieces missing. Well, there's no top, there's no bottom.
It actually came out of that song that, what was it?
Is it
Stevie Wonder? I love you from the bottom of my heart. Well, the heart has no...
yeah, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart.
Right.
Cha-cha-cha.
I hope it's under warranty. That's all I can.
No, it isn't. They all wear out. They're guaranteed to wear out. And as I said, this is the launch pad to eternity. So this incarceration or incarnation is about if you're here, whether you're a flea or a rat or even a robber, that means you have a full one-way ticket to eternity.
Oh, you're too kind. Well, let's hear it for Truth in Advertising as well as Truth in Poetry, guaranteed to wear out indeed. And how did you get your start writing poetry? Or did you yet?
Oh God, when it just came upon me as a way of avoiding being an actor. In other words, you could walk around when all my acting friends were going to auditions and things like that, and I didn't have the guts to be rejected. I would just go and say, "Oh no, I'm not an actor. I'm a poet." And there's a great line in Jean Cocteau's movie Orpheus, where Orpheus is entering Hades, and he's asked at that point, "What do you do for a living?" And he says, "I'm a poet." And the guy says, "Oh yeah, you're a writer." He says, "No. A poet is not a writer. A poet is a writer who doesn't write." And there's a truth to that, in that.
And they gave him the specialty lounge after that.
Yes.
All right, so you wouldn't go to auditions claiming that you were a poet rather than an actor, and you haven't worked since, and it's what, 30 years now?
At least 35. Yes.
All right. How about reading us one of your poems that you didn't write here? That's kind of
Okay, that's true. So then we get into my relationship.
Well, you
with
left
God.
yourself wide open to that one. I think
Well, no, God does everything. I'm just hanging out. All right, Jesus at sea. Sailing across the wide sea, I saw a man without a boat, walking on the water. I asked him what he was up to, and he replied, he was up to nothing, just out to stretch his legs. How did he stay afloat, says I. Says he, nothing to it, just do it. It's all a dream that I control, so roll with the waves, and soon you will walk across your sea of troubles easily. Well, how do I roll with the waves, asks me. Says he, always choose the way it is, as if my way was your way. Ask me to reveal the silver linings, and I will lead you to eternal gold, your true inheritance. For what purpose, says I, to come to me and to be me, says he. Then will I understand the whys and wherefores when I walk in your shoes, asks me. Perfectly, says he. He walked away, and I floated after him.
Did you catch any fish?
Sparrows.
Sparrows.
Falling sparrow,
Uh-huh.
I will catch you. I will raise you. I will make you whole. Falling sparrow, I know you, feel you, see you, love you. I am you, whole. Falling sparrow, you are falling into heaven. Like me, you are made of earth and sky. As you fall into me, you fall into you. Wake up, falling sparrow. The sky is not falling down. Up and down are just points of view. You are falling into you. Wake up, falling sparrow.
That reminds me of a car I used to drive. A Pierce Sparrow. All right, so when did you get metaphysical all of a sudden?
When I had a choice of going insane or metaphysical, so I went metaphysical. After my second marriage, I was into the shrink and everything else. And discovered the Sufis.
Is that what triggers off the poetry, or is there something else? You stub your toe and curse, and it comes out.
No, I mean I was a fake poet. Well, the first poem when I was
17. It was
19, working in an office in New York, pretending to be an actor, not being an actor. We had this secretary who was beautiful, but her brains. She
We're out to lunch.
Oh, behold, what my eyes do see, a woman bathed in femininity, yet beneath that lovely dress there beats a heart, an awful mess. For beneath that beauty there lies a brain of putty and a body that lies. Whoops.
Right in front of a casting couch, too. Shame on you, son.
So I mean, I don't know. It was just when I feel intensely about things, because I do other things just as.
As long as we're doing all that acting stuff, I want to switch back to Ellen.
Okay.
Because she acts, and you had another actor poem, I think.
Oh yes, this is to another person born on the 16th of a month, May 16th. Actually, it turns out she's Timothy Hutton's ex-wife and the mother of his kid,
I
son.
love her. Deborah Winger.
Yeah.
How did you know?
Oh, come on.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Oh,
All right.
he's hip to Hollywood. To Deborah Winger. How wonderfully different and fitting to be an all-American girl next door when you're Jewish, not merely considered someone with grating speech and shrewish. With your bright, alive eyes like twin blueberry pies that can blaze turquoise with emotion, the depth of an ocean. Your frizzy chestnut hair, a great excuse for women, including and not limited to Jews, to abandon inhibition and the need to condition and just let loose. Your skin lightly rosy, yet pale, especially compared to your passionate sensuality, creates a puzzling but pleasing duality. All I can say is don't fret you're getting old, or let it get you less feisty or any less bold.
You know, the way things are going, I'm going to have to change the name of this show to Shrew Confessions.
Ah.
Oh, I got a torch.
Shrew. Okay.
My companion.
Anybody I know?
Oh, it's it's just a great torch song.
Ah,
But
okay.
it's like, it's how you can even turn a torch song into something to bring you, in a sense, closer to God.
Uh-huh.
All right, it's called My Companion. Welcome to the interior of my mind. My companion is projected there on the gossamer walls. My obsession with her has sprayed her there like graffiti, and her rejecting image is always lurking there, smirking at me from that Kelly green screen in my mind. When I have a lonely moment, when I cry out for a goddess, she is always my first thought. It is in her name I call, her face I see, haunting and taunting me from that Kelly green screen. I am mortal and not a god when I see her as separate from me. But when I realize she is forever inside of me, lurking and smirking and haunting and taunting from that Kelly green screen, then I am godlike, eternally at one with my beloved. To simply say, I love her, doesn't quite reach it, unless love's grasp reaches beyond the known universe. If it does, then I love her, says it unconditionally. She has become a fragile barrier to the truth that matters, that shatters, when I love myself as much as I love her. I know now how to love God with my whole heart and soul and mind, having been taught while I fought a Kelly green screen in my mind.
Uh-huh. Hold still. It's actually more chartreuse right now. But,
It's his
that's
aura.
All right, all right, Simon. Now that you've created all this fine poetry by not writing, and now that you've successfully not won the Academy Award or a Tony or an Obie yet, by not
I won
acting,
several Emmys.
by not acting, where do you not go from here? What doesn't the future hold for you, Simon?
It holds no more acting, no more writing, no more poetry, and no more companion.
Oh, just breathing.
You're
That's
gonna
the only
No
certainty.
more Kelly green screen.
No more breathing either.
Oh.
Well, that'll happen too. But see, now what I think
Yeah.
is that we become, what happens after incarceration or incarnation, is that we become part of the generator who generates this whole thing.
Yes, we
So
do.
we become one with the one, and then we manufacture this stuff. And we manufacture
Maybe.
Robert.
Right.
God.
We're
Listen, if you
responsible.
manufactured me, I have a few suggestions about the design.
Well, we'll get a chance to talk about those when you get
Okay.
with us.
And since we know what color your parachute is, Ellen, what color is your screen?
Oh, probably bright red.
Bright red.
Scary red.
Well, you've got salmon on today with.
Well, a lot of people are scared by red because
That's
it's
the
so
heat she's
unabashedly bold, but it's a lot, the way I am.
Simon, have you got another Kelly Green screen poem in there?
Well, what I did was I Simonized the Lord's Prayer.
Is that a pun?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
If you come from the position that I and my Father are one as children of God, right? So this is the Lord's Prayer Simonized.
Uh-huh.
I am my Father, who art in heaven. Hallowed be all my names. My kingdom has come. My will is done on earth as it is in heaven. My grace is sufficient to my need. Take care of daily bread. All is forgiven when I remember who I am. All of it. All things prepare that remembrance that I remember who I am, so then it's all forgiven. Welcome to the bittersweet paradise, the launch pad to eternity.
Uh-huh.
So you have, if you're here, you've got your ticket to ride to heaven, to oneness with God. Whether you're a flea, fart, or yes, even that. Even animal, vegetable, mineral, gas.
Okay. Okay.
If it's here, it was created by God.
Now I'm starting to wonder about this here. What you're telling me then is that
That's your purpose.
you're going to heaven, and Jean Cocteau is going to that other place. Is that what you're
No, it's all one.
It's all. That's Gehenna, as I recall.
Well, that's what it is.
Well, it's sort of like Hackensack, but different. I think we can get another poem in if you don't mind. Something uplifting. A short one.
Okay, this is called applause.
Ah.
This is at the end. All right, now we finish incarceration or incarnation.
Mm-hmm.
Applause. I dreamed I flew to heaven, and when I arrived, everyone was applauding. Me. You mean I did it right? Lived my life perfectly? To a standing ovation. I thought I blew it. I never knew. And there was everybody in heaven applauding me. Thank God I made it.
And let's let it go with that. Thank you, Poet the Poet. See you next time.